All right, we're back. We're going to be doing another review here. Another beer sent to me by Spears 104. Big thanks to him. This is another real special one, and it's another one I've been wanting to try for quite a while. Um, this nice fancy box, Fuller's, Fuller's Vintage Ale, 2011 edition. They've been doing this now for 15 years. It is classified as an English strong. Essentially, you could call it a barley wine. 8.5% alcohol by volume says. Okay, actually, it's been done for 16 years. It says 2011 Vintage Ale is our 15th. Organic barley, Goldings hop, Sovereign hops. This bottle is one of only 150,000 produced. Can age up to about 2014, although you can probably keep it even longer than that. Okay, never mind. This 2011 edition marks 14 years of brewing this magnificent ale. Okay, duh. Bottle conditioned. And that's all we really need to know by skimming through this without touching on the tasting notes or anything like that. All right. Bottle looks a lot like their, what is it, 1745 or whatever, 1845. Vintage Ale, number 88,981. Okay. So we'll open the sucker up. She's bubbling at the top there. Nice. I was worried there for just a second. Should be enough. All right. Now, if you watch my previous video, you'll have seen me do the Garrison Old Fog Burner. This is pretty much the same color, although it's much more on the orange side of things than it is going towards the mahogany. In fact, that's a pretty brilliant orange. Very, very nice. About a half a finger of head, half finger. A bit whiter than, again, the old fog burner that I mentioned. It's much more on the cream side than it is tan. So we'll go right to the aroma now. Cheers, guys. Okay, you're getting recognizable pale malts that Fuller's employs in just about all their beers, I guess. There's definitely there is a in-house sort of caramel malt kind of thing that Fuller's has in all their beers. That's definitely present here. But I'm getting toffee, a little bit of dark fruitiness, like dates or something along those lines. This one doesn't have quite as an intense. Again, I'm referring to the fog burner, which had a much more intense kind of orange citrus sort of note to it. This sort of has something similar to that, although this is much more on the marmalade kind of side of things. It smells very nice. It smells like this very creamy, like smooth, not overly sweet. Very, very nice. Oh man, that smells really good. All right, and there's no alcohol in the nose at all. I wouldn't expect any, really. That's very creamy on the nose. Like that's nice. Very, very nice. All right, cheers. We're gonna go right to the taste, guys. caramel malt right up front. This is got a much more full body, much more appropriate for the style than the fog burner. Again, I keep mentioning that one, but it's just I had that one just before this, and it's nice to have that to compare to this one, really. Caramel malts right up front, much more malty in the mouthfeel, a bit thicker, much more of an upper medium body to approaching really full bodied. Nice, more fresh dark fruit than dried dark fruit kind of taste. Saltina raisins comes to mind right away. And again, there's that big marmalade character. Like, it's actually pretty much a dominant note, this big marmalade. Finishes off a lot less bitter and astringent than the old fog burner did. Much more smooth and creamy in the mouthfeel, much more just overall a bit more balanced. Just a little bit of hop presence coming up in the back. No alcohol at all to detect at all. It's just not there. I could drink this down very, very easy. It's much more drinkable. Of course, the alcohol is a lot lower. That's excellent. That's really excellent. It's not. I will say the old fog burner is more complex than this one. There's definitely a good deal of complexity in this, but it's definitely not as complex. But it's very, very good. Holy crap. I think I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5, and again, another high point, 4.5 out of 5, but for slightly different reasons. It's sort of like on the other side of the coin, as opposed to the old fog burner. This one scores heavily more on drinkability and mouthfeel than the old fog burner did, where the old fog burner scored really high more on its complexity than this one does. So, it's a bit of a balancing act in my mind, but that's how it goes. So I'm going to say 4.5 out of 5 for Fuller's Vintage Ale. This is the 2011 edition. So this should be noted, this has had a year of aging, if you could call it that. It's been probably sitting in an NSLC for who knows what conditions, but it's definitely very creamy and smooth. I imagine right up, if you were just buying it right away, like fresh, it might have been maybe closer to the old fog burner. Maybe been a bit more harsh on the end. Maybe the alcohol might have came through a bit more. But as it stands now, after a year, it's great, man. It's really, really good. It's just incredibly easy drinking, strong ale, barley wine, however you want to put it. Big thanks to Spears 104 for this. Really, really excellent. Thumbs up, and we will see you guys later. Be good. Just a little editation on this. I saw this in the bottom of the box, Fuller's Vintage Ale. It's actually got a list of all the different editions of the Vintage Ale that they've done from 1997 up till the 2010 vintage, describing what they employed in all their different bottles, how many bottles were, well, in some cases, how many bottles were released, and basically just, it's very, very cool. Just a little keepsake, a little keeper thing to reference, especially if you're in the, you're into buying like old bottles of vintage ales or whatever in trades and stuff like that. Nice little handy little reference guide to find stuff that you're looking for. So very, very cool. Nice little classy edition by Fuller's. All right, guys, we'll see you later.